right now. Right now.
Mic check 1, 2. Tell these
Take
rappers
the
I'm
guard.
outside, get them start acting up. Turning hoes to housewives and cleaning the ratchet up. Do it all from boom bap to melody rap. If they can put you in the box, then you might as well pack it up. Bars having bars, no cap, I'm Attica, you a precinct. How y'all competing when y'all just decent? Your rhyme efficiency's like logic simplicity. Don't tell me how much that you black, cause I don't see it. That's it. Welcome to precinct.
Fuck everybody on the front. When we see you in the finals, bring that same energy, nigga.
Every time until my brother comes back, I'm going to do it. Yeah. Live and direct on your YouTube screen. It's your favorite Dixon-ish panel. I am your co-host. I mean, not co-host. I am the host. I am the host, T-Tom. And we here with the first lady of Nixon-ish, Mrs. Nix. Yeah, I mean, shout out to my brother Cav. Shout out to my brother Fraz. Yeah, I mean, but yeah, we here for sure. What up, cuz? What up, cuz? I mean, hold on, that's really kind of been up. Cav and Fraz made that our thing now. What up, cuz? You know what I mean? No disrespect to the Crips. I don't want no smoke. But yeah. The Knicks beat the Wizards 120.
122-103.
122-103 for sure. Yeah, I mean, definitely a bounce back win after two tough losses to some really bum ass teams. But we here, you know what I mean? Getting dubs, back in the dub column. I don't care. I take a win, whatever I could take a win. Shout out to Darlene in the building as always. Yeah, I mean, before we get started, I'm going to already let you know off the rip. I ain't see the game the way I should have saw the game. Yeah, I mean, but T-Tom knows enough about basketball to know what we did right and what we did wrong. Yeah, I mean, so Nix, Mrs. Nix, please tell us your thoughts on the game tonight.
Even though it was a win, it was frustrating to watch. We went up by 33 points. I'm like, all right, cool, smooth sailing. This is the worst team in the league. Like, we're good. But, Knicks fashion knows how to fuck shit up. And they let them come back to, I think, 4. And then they took charge again, of course. But that's frustrating to watch because if you have the game plan to go up by 22, by 33, why then, veer off the path? And that's super frustrating for me. Like, first half, Macau cooked. When he started cooking, I'm like, okay, so they watched our show last show because we said Macau's number 2, right? But then you veer away from that. And it's just like, why? They had no answer for him. They had no answer for Cat all freaking night. And it just was super frustrating to watch. A win is a win, absolutely. But I'm not happy with it because we should never struggle against teams that are beneath us.
Mm-hmm. I hear you, and I agree with a lot of. So, what was Macau's stat line before the night ended? That's
let me see. Macau finished with 27, 6 and 4.
that's tough. It sounds like a team that was up 30 something and just like, yeah, we won.
Right, and the thing is that we lost the lead to the second unit. So not only the first unit of the worst team in the NBA, but the second unit of the worst team in the NBA.
That really sounds like we played like, yeah, we won this game. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? And with that, that's what happens with that comeback. Cause I feel like even though I didn't see that part, because again, once we was up 30 something, I disengaged and started watching my kid win at musical chairs and dance battles. I'm not gonna lie, I was at a 1 year old birthday party tonight, and my kid was highly impressive. Yeah, I mean, but respect my gangster that the Knicks game was still on the phone playing while while that happened for sure. Yeah, I mean, I looked down, I said, "Oh, we up 30 something." All right, musical chairs, let's do it. We want musical chairs. And then they said, "Oh, we about to do a dance battle." I said, "Oh, for sure, let's do it." And then we were left, and now it's news to me that that lead was dwindled down to 3 points, which is kind of tragic. So all I could go off is the fact that it sounded like we we took our foot off the gas pedal, and that's really what it was. You know what I mean? The Wizards is absolutely booty butt cheeks. I'm not gonna hold you. Booty butt cheeks. We should win with our eyes closed for sure, right? But at the same time, there's a lot of guys in the NBA right now who's reaping the benefits of a lot of injuries and trades and teams being dirt. That is out there like, this is my chance, my only shot. And I feel like that's part of the reason why, we that game got cut down to 4 points. Even
Mhm.
though I didn't see it. I didn't see it. Don't get me wrong. But Mrs. Nick said it was the bench that brought them back. And to me that sounds like the G League niggas. You know what I mean? Like they saw opportunity. I'm gonna get my shit off. The Knicks was like, all right, we already won this game, and you let these burgers cook us. Which burger cook us, I don't know. But if it's the big man, it's cat fault. I'm just saying.
No,
And
it wasn't. I mean, the big man played defensively well, the second unit big man. But they let Marcus Smart get hot, and you already know how that goes when he gets a little heat check. But it was a lot of us as well. Like we played super sloppy. We had a bunch of turnovers in that run that they had. Nothing, no one to blame other than ourselves. And I say that with all losses because for the most part, most losses we took this year, it was on us.
was it like a lot of turnovers type shit?
Uh-huh. Super sloppy.
Yeah, yeah. That's a loss of focus. That's nasty.
Hmm.
Shout out to Jimmy J1. Absolutely. Do big dad things, you feel me? Absolutely. Travel all the way out of all the way out to Connecticut to watch your daughter get in a dance battle and cook some shit. Absolutely. As you should, King. You know what I mean? For sure. Yeah, I mean, but yeah. And he got the next game on. That's the most important part too. Multitasking.
Facts.
You feel me? Yeah. But yeah, I think that's been a problem even when we like all the way healthy was, staying focused throughout the entirety of the game, whether it be the beginning of the game or the end of the game or the middle of the game. At some point, I feel like this team takes a lull. You know what I mean? And that's not never good,
Right.
especially when we do it in the beginning of the game. We lost quite a few games in recent memory in the beginning of the game, and then we do this big fight to get back. And sometimes we win, sometimes we fall short, but at the same time, it should be neither or, and we just get into business and off the rip smoking people. That's what I thought we was doing tonight. I'm not gonna lie. I checked in early. We was up 10. I was like, oh yeah, we about to smoke these guys. I watched the rest of that first quarter. Said, yeah, we about to smoke these guys. I watched like a half of the second half, and we was continue with the smoker ridge. You know what I mean? Uh, I tuned in at some point in the third quarter. We was up 30, if I'm not mistaken. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get wasted with my family now. Like I'm gonna watch the game I want. I'm gonna watch my kid kick these other kids' ass in party games. And then I come home, the Mrs. Nick's telling me like, "Yo, this shit, the lead was cut down to 3." I'm kind of offended.
Yeah, it was super. Like I was chilling, laying down in bed. I'm tired. I had a long week. I'm like, all right, bro. They cut it down to 4. I had to sit up, turn the lights on. I'm like,
Yeah, that's no good. And I'm glad I didn't know this while I was at the party,
oh
because
yeah, you'd have been screaming. Then everybody been looking at you like you was crazy.
not only screaming, cursing, because that's what I do. You know what I mean? Like, excuse me, I wasn't trying to do that at a 1 year old party.
Right.
Uh, yeah, but that was nasty work. But it's a game that we should have won. And
Absolutely.
I don't really want to keep like harping on a game that we all know we should have won. But we can start transition if that's okay with you, Mrs. Nix. You know what I mean? Uh don't do that. Don't listen, this shit kind of right here make me teary eyed every time. Don't do it. You know what I mean? But Darlene, I appreciate you from the bottom of my soul. I cannot tell you how much I appreciate that comment. You know what I mean? But yeah, damn. Damn, Darlene, you kind of fucked me up. You know what I mean? There's a little alcohol involved too, so you already know how that go. Like, you know what I mean? My little princess is asleep. I was celebrating with her, like, yeah, you know what I mean? But yeah, but anyway, you know, um, we got some news and an update on Jalen. Wait, before we do that, I need some likes happening for sure. Yeah, I mean, make sure that like button is being hit. Make sure you subscribe it to the YouTube channel. We are 8 subscribers away from 500. Yeah, I mean, exclusive Cats Bodega drop for sure. And I know Fraz will be mad at me if I didn't do this. This is a fact. This is a fact. Fraz will be like, "With T, so you just not going to promote the bodega drop?" Yeah, so I'm going to do it. So we are 8 subscribers away from the uh, uh the Cats Bodega t-shirt drop. Look at sis, always on point with the being on point. You know what I mean? That orange joint go crazy. I'm for sure getting myself. Yo, I'm saying this, and I always say I'm holding everybody else's T-shirt hostage. I'm at hostage too, because guess what? I don't have one of those T-shirts yet. Yeah,
Right.
I mean, because y'all ain't at 500. You know what I mean? That's called discipline. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, us the 500 so I can get one of my own T-shirts. You know what I mean? There's gonna be 10 dropped, and after we drop these 10, it's a wrap. You can get whatever color you want, but once we reach 10, Cats Bodega T-shirts is gone forever. You're going to be a part of the exclusive group that has the Cats Bodega T-shirt. You know what I mean? Yeah, Mr. Nix, you can close it down for sure. You know what I mean? But yeah. Just to say that we that close to 500 means a lot to me. You know what I
To
mean?
us, for sure.
Either way, shout out to the squad. This couldn't happen without the Nixon ish team, because they done elevated this shit to a whole new stratosphere. Mrs. Nix, Kev, Fraz, thank y'all. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna thank y'all again when we get to 500. Abby, you know what I mean? But still, flowers now. you
Thank you, thank
know what I
you.
mean? But we got some news on Jalen Brunson today, right? Pretty much he's doing non-contact drills.
He's out
Uh,
of the boot.
He's
He's
not
out
in
of
the
the
boot
boot.
for sure. You know what I mean? That means he's on the non-contact drills. That means he's on the court doing cuts and shit like that without nobody bumping into him. You know what I mean? And that's a good sign. He's going to be reevaluated in a week. What we got, like 2 more weeks until, no, April is the playoffs, right?
Our last game is April 15th, I believe. So we
Yeah,
got like
we
3 weeks.
got 3 weeks until the regular season end. He's going to be reevaluated in a week. Aside from us hearing any horrific news, he will be definitely back before the playoffs or by the playoffs. Excuse me. Which is good enough.
For sure.
And I say that will be good enough because he grabs so much. He has so much gravity in his game. You know what I mean? We all know what that means at this point. That means opposite side players and help defenders shrinking on Jalen Brunson. And I feel like Jalen Brunson is smart enough to know that if he's not 100%, that I need to pass out of these situations and get my other guys going. And that helps a lot, especially when you look at the way Mikhal's been playing over the last like 2 weeks. OG as well, on and off, playing over the last 2 weeks. These things are important, but these guys getting their confidence as high as possible, while JB still, you know, figure out how the ankle works. And also, JB is the most clutch player in the NBA right now. So going into a stretch where we got two confident, when we got a confident Mikhal and a confident OG, and we got the most clutch player in the NBA. I feel like we'll smoke anybody in the last 2 minutes for sure in the playoffs.
Yeah, I think, of course, you keep him out as long as we possibly can to make sure he's 100% healthy. So it's going to
Mm-mm.
be up to everybody else to hold us afloat up until then. You don't want to rush something like an ankle injury back because as physical as the playoffs are, he can re-injure that quickly.
Hmm.
So I think as long as we stay afloat, um, right where we are right now and continue to win games, the Knicks should either continue to rest him or bring him back with limited minutes. I think Tyler Kolek and Campaign today showed that they are very able. Is that my computer?
We're doing that little boop boop.
That's so weird.
No, no, that was me. I don't.
Oh, okay.
That shit ain't
Uh,
never do that before. Like, what's weird?
I think we showed that we have able point guards, and I think coach just has to trust them. I think Tyler Kolek having 7 assists in 11 minutes is insane.
Oh, he finished with eight.
Insane,
He finished with 8 assists.
right?
FYI, I'm saying.
But 7 assists in the first half, that's major. I think him and Campaign in the first half had 11 assists and 0 turnovers. That tells you that we have able bodies on that bench.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. And that's the thing that kind of like weirds me out. Like I've seen what Tyler, especially when it comes to, the second unit. And the second unit, the problem is that the problem is not that they can't score. The problem is that they don't have a person to facilitate them to score. I feel like, oh yeah, yeah. If we get the widescreen angle on that, that'll be fire. Cause if not, like that's still good. Yeah, I mean, I ain't mad at nothing that's happening right now. Like, yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, but
this how the Knicks uploaded the video.
yeah, 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 yeah. Nah, I ain't mad at nothing that's happening right now. That's fire. But you know, that's the problem with the second unit to me. Is not the fact that these guys can't score or shoot. It's more of they need a facilitator. Yeah, I mean, they need somebody to set the plate for them. Like when we watch the second unit play, we watch a lot of one-on-one basketball, a lot of perimeter passes, right? Nobody's penetrating into the paint, getting 2 feet in the paint, making the defense collapse, and we getting the defense into scramble mode. That doesn't happen with the second unit. As much as Deuce, I like Deuce. I gotta make sure this is said. I like Deuce a lot. You know what I mean? And I want him to be on this team as long as possible, obviously, right? But he does a lot of dribble moves and go nowhere. You know what I mean? Like it looks really fucking nice. He goes hard dribble between the legs, behind the back crossover, hezzy, but he's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's not going anywhere. It looks amazing. You know what I mean? Now with me on the basketball court, for sure, first two moves is working. He ain't got to go through all the other shit. First two moves, stop between the legs, behind the back. I'm out of the picture. Bucket for sure. But you talking about NBA players, dog? Like there's no shiftiness. There's nothing that he's doing that's making somebody get off balance
Yeah.
so he can get to the cup or pass the rock. And when it comes to being a point, I said all that. It was mad long winded, but I said all that to say when it comes to being a point guard, Tyler is not nearly as quick as Deuce, but he's shifty enough where he
Mm-hmm.
can get into the paint. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Get into the paint and make shit happen. And the score might not come directly off of his hand, but it will come off of somebody else's. Pause. Hey yo. You know what I mean? Come off of somebody else's is crazy. But but yeah, I mean that's my only knock on Deuce. And I wish that he was more active as a playmaker, but also I understand after watching him get smoked in was it the the Clippers arena
Mm-hmm.
where he was trying to be more of a facilitator than a scorer. Not everything's for everybody.
Facts.
You know what's that? That's Deuce again or the
I like.
highlight. Shout out to Shamit for sticking tough and staying through it because he was stinking up the joint. Oh God, was that?
But I agree with you. I think Deuce is more effective when we have a point guard on the court with him. So whether it be him and JB or him and Cam, that's when he's at his best playing the two guard.
Mm-hmm.
Although it, although he's small, short, let me say that pause, because Uncle Paulie's gonna pop in at some point, I know.
First of all, it's not gonna. And you know that's the weird part. You know what I mean? You part of the gang, sis, but it'd be weird when women say pause.
It's
Like,
not.
like, why you gotta say pause? If he's small to a woman, then he's small to a woman. You know what I mean?
But I think he needs to be in the shooting guard position at all times.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because but the crazy thing is that there's been games where he's shown that he can be super aggressive, get into the paint. But I think we said it last show where if his shot isn't falling, that aggression goes away.
Facts.
And that's where he could learn a lot from JB because JB, when his shot isn't falling, his aggression stays on point and he still is efficient point guard.
Yeah, and I've also got to keep in mind too. Deuce is fighting for money.
True.
You know what I mean? As much as we sit here and watch game tape, because I know just like me, you watch a game at least one time over. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Uh, and when we do that, we not factor in the fact of how niggas is trying to live lives. You know what I mean? Like Deuce got a really like contract as an extension because he didn't get playtime. It made sense. Now he getting a little playtime. He scored some baskets. He looking like, maybe I could get 15. You know what I mean? Especially with the new CBA. Maybe I could get 15. That is a distraction within itself. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Love Deuce. But that's a distraction within itself. Uh we do need Tyler though. I think, especially while JB is out. Tyler should have been the obvious choice. Move Deuce to the two. Uh, but what happens when? JB comes back.
I think they mentioned something on. Well, they did mention something on the broadcast today, which I think is 100% true. You know, it's tough for guys like Campaign and Colette to get in any rhythm when they
Yeah.
only play 8 or 9 minutes a game, if any minutes, right? Because Kolek clearly doesn't get any minutes. But specifically Campaign, like the reason he shoots as crazy as he does when he does get in the game is because he's in there for very limited amount of time. We've seen games like today where he gets extended minutes due to injuries and he's very much affected. So to me, that means you can cut into JB's minutes a little because we don't really lose a beat. We lose a thread. But if you have Cat and Campaign in the game together or an aggressive Macau, we don't really lose anything by giving Cam a little bit more minutes and making his efficiency better.
Yeah. I also I feel like when we look at what's happening with the roster right now, right? And who needs to play and who not need to play. I think in the one recent unpopular opinion about Tibbs for me, because I've been on my I won't argue results kit. You know what I mean? Some of the shit is kind of really hard to ignore. The minute shit is I'm not really a fan of the minute police shit. I think it's over exaggerated in many aspects. But I do think there's a balance where like some people should be getting playing time. We're talking about like Moses Brown is still in the G League. Motherfucker out here wilding.
Wildin'.
Wilding. He's putting up Wilt Chamberlain numbers in the G League. And that's no exaggeration, dog. That is not even an exaggeration. It was like 20 something points.
Yeah, like 27 and 28 rebounds or something like that.
That's crazy. You know what I mean? And here he is still in the G League. I'm not gonna be here much too much longer. I just got the notification. My phone is on 10%. And where I'm sitting right now, it ain't possible to charge. But I wish the rest of the gang was here for sure. But life happens. And I'm one who knows for sure life be happening. But yeah, Moses Brown should definitely be in the fucking NBA. Like, it don't make sense that he's not. TJ Warren, especially the way that we suffering with bench scoring, should definitely be called up to the NBA. Now, it may be some power at B that I don't know about. You know what I mean? Which is not even a far fetch of a possibility. If you know why these guys are not in the NBA, please put it in the comments. But for sure,
I
us miss
think the only thing that makes sense is going to be money to me. That's the only thing that would make sense.
maybe with TJ, but Moses Brown.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm at a loss because I thought whenever we dropped Matt Ryan and them that was the automatic call up, and then we signed other guys, and I'm just like, okay, and then not for nothing, PJ Tucker. I get it. We need a vet on the roster, and I get all that. But to sign another 10-day and not play him when we need bodies that can score and defend and do all, like, it doesn't make sense. And I'm with you too. I'm not a fan of the minutes police, but I am a fan of if it ain't working, you gotta switch shit up.
Yeah.
And for example, in the third quarter, when our team started struggling and they started to push back, why call a timeout and bring in the same guys that allowed this?
The wild out. Yeah. I mean, that's just Tibbs. Yeah, I mean, he runs on the clock when it comes to what wins and what doesn't. You know what I mean? But At the end of the day, can't really be mad. We had a good place.
Mhm.
I had something I wanted to say. I was just trying to buy time with that whole we can't really be mad shit, but I can't remember now. No good. It was a good conversation too. Damn. Wine done took over. Uh it was sparked by something somebody said too, but I can't find it. But yeah, I ain't even gonna try to hold y'all up trying to figure out what I wanted to say. It was good too. You know what I mean? It's always about money. And it's the
Yeah.
NBA. NBA is always about money.
Yeah. I think signing them because they weren't on our original salaries that it will put us over the first apron. I think that's what it is. But I'm not 100% sure.
But I thought the moves moving Matt Ryan and whoever else we moved was the salary cap movement. But maybe it's a stalemate between the three. It
Yeah.
could be TJ Warren, it could be the random guy. And this part of the third equation of this hypothetical trade or whatever the case may be.
I
Or,
mean, realistically, as great as they're playing, would Tibbs play them on our team?
no,
Uh,
sure TJ
uh,
Warren. No, TJ Warren is not nowhere near as good. But I feel like Tyler Kolek is not that bad defensively.
yeah.
I've watched him. It's not that bad. Like
Yeah,
Henry,
I think today he played decent. I mean, he had a bunch of fouls that were like ticky tack fouls, but I mean, everybody's been getting those fouls called on them. So it's not like he's terrible. I don't think he's terrible. Not from what I've seen.
I feel like that's also a coach thing when it comes to matchups, right? Like you could have a 2 bedroom apartment, right? But you got a kid. And when I say like it's about matchups, it's about like what you do with that space.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Like Tyler is not a defender. You know he's not a defender.
Yeah,
So you got to maximize his opportunities. You know whoever's coming off the bench is not a scorer like that. He may be a facilitator or a defender. You know whatever their lineup is, they got somebody that you could put Tyler on that is not really an offensive threat.
yeah,
So you put Tyler on that fucking guy.
facts.
And you figure everything else out. You know what I mean? And I don't feel like that happens enough for Tyler. But I still feel like Tyler needs a lot of development, especially when it comes to a facilitating guard. Like that's where the rock and hard place come from because I feel like Tyler definitely needs still that getting comfortable with the speed of the game. Especially when you're a player that's below average when it comes to speed in the game. You gotta be able to see shit 2, 3 steps ahead. And I
Hmm.
don't as good as he is, I don't think he's there yet. Can he be there? Absolutely. Tyler could be one of the best passers in the fucking NBA if he finds a way to defensively stay on the court.
Yeah.
He has to take pages from Jalen Brunson, like, hey, I'm not the best defender, but I'm gonna make you turn over the ball.
Hmm.
But that shit also don't come overnight. You know what I mean? This we talking about skill that Jalen Brunson been working on since he was in high school. You know what I mean? And we
Hmm.
looking at this young kid that was good enough to just be nice at scoring the basketball and passing. And they're like, yeah, you you can rap.
I will say he had 3 steals today.
It's the fucking Wizards.
It's still 3 steals.
Hey, what it's the Wizards. Your sis. I promise you, if me and you got out there on the court and got into a defensive stance against the Wizards, we probably could get 3 steals. I'm just saying. That team is garbage. You know what I mean? Like, this win was absolutely supposed to happen the way not the way it was supposed to happen. We were supposed to win by 30.
Facts.
But the win was absolutely supposed to happen. And everything that come along with it, which people don't understand, is there's people that's putting in work behind the scenes to make these minuscule wins look like what they look like. There's a lot of people that's putting in work to be like, yeah, we got a 2 point fucking win. Yeah. And for fans to be like, yeah, fuck that. It's the Wizards. Nah, nigga. We came from 17 wins.
Facts.
Fuck your feelings about a 2 point win or whatever many points we won by the night against the Wizards. I remember a team like that would have washed us last year. And we just lost to 2 bum ass teams on top of that.
Facts.
So enjoy this win, you bum ass niggas. I know I'm rambling. It's the wine, for sure. For sure. Mrs. Nix is super patient. Thank you. Because
No, you're good.
I know I was all over the place tonight.
No, but it's true. It's just, it's super. I mean, I'm not happy as a fan that watches the game like how we watch the game, but I take the win. You know what I mean? I just know that we're better than this. We're better than losing a 33-point lead to the Wizards. Now, you say we lost a 33-point lead to the Cavs, the Celtics. Okay, but not the Wizards.
But I hear you. But I
But
also know,
again, these games build character, right? And I say it every time. You get hit, you get punched, you get put down, and you get right back up and punch back. So it's mixed emotions. I just know that
yeah.
we're better than that third quarter.
Yeah, I know what it feel like, right? Like niggas is literally unlacing their shoes on the bench. Like,
Right.
yeah, so so nigga, where you going to eat tonight? They was in DC or New York. I can't
They were in New York.
oh yeah, nigga, I'm going to Mr. Childs, I'm going to Nobu for sure. Yeah, I mean, niggas was unlacing their shoes, talking high shit. Then they started to look up like, yo, these niggas got it underneath 10. Hold on. We gotta turn it back up real quick. And that is not something that's, anomaly for the season. We've seen it a few times, even against better competition, but at the same time, you don't want to go through that.
Facts.
You don't want to go through none of that. Especially against a team that you know you're supposed to beat. You know what I mean? Especially
Right.
a team you know you're supposed to beat.
Yeah, for sure.
And said, yeah, AP said, this is my late night show. Yo, I'm glad y'all enjoying this shit because I'm up here fucking swinging for the fences. I'm tired of this shit. You know what I mean? And to see y'all having a great time means a lot for me staying up this late. Word. Because I want to sleep. You know what I
And it
mean?
feel like our show been going on later and later and later in the evening for some reason or not.
For some reason or not, it's because I've been working. You know
Well,
what
no,
I
even
mean?
the way the schedule has played out, like
Oh,
the
yeah,
games are ending super late.
for sure.
Because I
But
was surprised it was a late night start today in a
8
New York
o'clock.
game. But it was
8
because
o'clock
I
is my
think the Rangers played in the Garden today.
I get it. I get it. Shout out to the Rangers because when y'all in the playoffs, I'll be rooting, even though I don't know shit about hockey. But still, man, y'all lucky it's a Saturday because I'd
Fact,
have been in bed.
fact,
Well, this Saturday because on my other Saturdays I work. You know what I mean?
fact.
But nah. I feel like we great. there were some people I wanted to address that I wasn't here to address last time. Oh yeah, yeah, it was the Knicks Piston shit. I forgot who the. Oh, it was Udonis.
Udonis has them. I talked about it last show.
Ah,
But
can
go
I
ahead, you wasn't here.
can I get some? Can I get some? I'm gonna start off by saying, hold on, let me double check. Yeah, I'm gonna start off by saying, fuck you, Donis Haslam, you bum ass nigga. Yeah, and listen, man, how dare you fix your face to get on national TV and say, oh, yeah, it's a first round exit for the Knicks if they play the Pistons. Man, fuck the Pistons. Ain't nobody on that team got playoff experience. Not one person. Except for Tobias Harris. And guess what? Tobias Harris sucks in the playoffs. He's probably one of the worst playoff players in NBA fucking history. And I'm supposed to be scared of the fucking Pistons. Kane Cunningham is nice. Don't get me wrong. He is nice. And he's going to be one of the best players in the NBA one day. But right now, oh no, Malik Beasley even had the nerve to chime in and say, "Oh, the Knicks." I don't know if this is true. I don't know if it's true. I seen it in like a meme, like a meme. Somebody text out the words, and he was like, "Oh, the Knicks. That's a sweep." Like, if this is true,
Mm.
is true?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, you said mm. You said mm like it
No,
was
I mean
true.
I like the ammo. I like the ammo.
Yo, because I was about to, listen, I was about to blow a gas if you said that was true, right? We I we gonna pack them boys, especially if JB back. K Cunningham is nice, but I
Bless you.
watch OG play defense in the playoffs. It is different. He turns into a different fucking creature in the playoffs on defense. I've seen it because before he got hurt, he was clamping up everything in the playoffs, clamping these niggas up. So K Cunningham got to deal with that. K Cunningham is used to being the biggest guard on the court. I could shoot over you, I could pass over you because I'm 6'5", 6'6". And what's gonna happen when OG Anunoby is on you with them fucking alien arms, swiping, swatting at everything. You know what I mean? And then we got the younger one. He's a party animal, which I'm not mad at that. He's a kid. He do what you do, but I'm not worried about none of these niggas. Not worried. Pack
Yeah,
them
I
up.
agree. I said it last year. I said we're not losing in the first round. I don't care who our opponent is. The Knicks, the Knicks that you see right now are not the Knicks we're going to see in the playoffs. The Knicks always turn it up a notch. Um, and like you said, Detroit they're too young. They're too young. They're not going to be able to handle the physicalness that we give them in them playoffs. And I mean, I don't care. I'm ready for whoever. I really want to see the Pacers, but I doubt we're going to see them because they're right behind us now.
Yeah, Maddie. I know you didn't mean no harm by this, but I don't think you understood the assignment on this one. You know what I mean? Yeah, he got 3 rings, but he was never the fucking guy. Never. Not once. Never in his whole entire life that he was in the NBA, he was the guy that we gonna look at to like, yeah, Udonis is gonna make us win. Nah, fuck, he's a bum. Perennial bench player. Perennial. Perennial bench warmer. He claps it up and gets water. That's what he did for the most of his career. Over half of his career, over half, this motherfucker was on the bench, clapping it up, giving out towels, and handing out water for sure. For sure. And then the Heat got the nerve to make it seem like he's fucking Heat culture. Being a bum is Heat culture. That's why Jimmy left. Yeah, glorified the bum shit as being Heat culture. Facts. Facts. There's no lies. This motherfucker, you sit on a boat, clap it up, and almost pretend to fight. That's what niggas like him was in the league for a long time to do. To almost pretend to fight. When one of the good players get in the scuffle, he jump off the bench and shuffle his feet a lot. That's what they do. Yeah, I had your back, homie. Yeah, fuck out of here, you Donis, you bum. You's a bum. And then you got the nerve to, oh, no, you got the nerve after we done packed up the fucking Miami Heat.
Sweet.
We packed them, yo, Mr. Nix, we packed them up like motherfuckers pack up like those little sleeping bags and them little joints with the strings. That's how we packed them up. And then you gonna get on national TV, oh, they gonna be out in the first round. Shut up, you bitter ass nigga. Oh,
And it's
and then
so
you gonna
crazy
tap the
how he
dude
said
next.
like the Knicks sold their soul by trading Randall and DiVincenzo for Cat. Like I don't agree with that because now that Randall's playing good out there in Minnesota, does that overshadow everything Cat has done for us? Like,
It's just here's the bullshit, right? Before I land, I'm gonna land the plane on what I was about to say, but I got some bullshit for that too, right? This bum ass nigga you down is Haslam. We already know we packed up your team by 30 something, and you up on the new on mainstream media trying to get your lick back. You look stupid. Now going back to the Julius Randle shit, and around this time they were trying to get pack Julius Randle up. Before this, even yeah, because he was injured in the
January
January,
27th. Yep.
and even when he was playing the best basketball in his whole career, there was still a very loud section of Knicks fans that was trying to, you know, fire Julius Randle, get him packed up, trade him for anything. And again, as much as I like Cat, love him, love Cat. Don't get it twisted. I am happy the big bodega is on the New York Knickerbockers, and can't nobody make me sound or feel different until he's no longer a Knick. What he brings to the team, I appreciate. But at the same fucking time, I'm watching games. I'm like, if Julius Randle did this shit on defense, oh God. The way the Nick faithful will be, I hate this fucking guy. He don't play defense. Rawr. Oh, he's always crying for fucking fouls every time he goes to the basket. Rawr. And me personally, I got my disagreements, especially with his drive to the baskets versus shot ratio. Still Cat, big bodega. We outside. Excuse me, outside. We the same way we was outside for Julius Randle. We outside for Cat the same way. Y'all niggas got to be better. You know what I mean? Uh, Cat is obviously not a number one. Come to grips with that. We've seen it in his early years in Minnesota. Uh, the best years that the Minnesota Timberwolves had is when it was a real number one next to him. Jimmy Butler even took him to the playoffs one year, even though I fucking hate Jimmy Butler. Uh, you look at him playing next to Ant. You look at him playing next to JB. Cat, and it's only because this my theory, and I'm gonna land the plane because I was super long winded. I didn't even expect to be here this long. That's crazy. Uh, But I'm gonna land the plane with this. Um, damn, it be happening that fast. That's crazy.
You're talking about Cat and Randall.
Cat Randall, Cat. It's definitely Cat and Cat's offense. And Cat's offense not well. I guess the point, if I have to guess what the point was, because I lost it. Uh, with Cat being as good offensively as he has to be the best person on the court every time, especially with JB is out. This is not the point, but this is another point that I've been making for like a few shows. But yeah, he has to be like against the Hornets, not the best player on the court, which is wild to me, right? When you break it down. Uh, the time before that, who he played when that bum scored 30 something?
San Antonio.
San Antonio. By far, can't nobody on the San Antonio roster holds Cat's jockstrap. And yet still he was outplayed by a fucking bum. And Cat didn't have a horrible game. But I also feel like it needs to be that drive that be like, hey, 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 hey.
I think he froze. But I agree with you, Donnell. I think he absolutely has to be more aggressive. Um, an aggressive cat, no one really can stop. And, you know, especially with JB not in the game and not playing, he absolutely has to be more aggressive. Because there's not many big men that can hold him. And we saw it today, even with SARS playing defense on him. We saw it even in San Antonio where he was super aggressive. But I think when the Knicks go away from, again, what works is where the downfall for this team is. We did it with Macau today as well. Macau was shooting well in the first half, super aggressive, and then he kind of took the back seat. Um, but I think an aggressive Cat and an aggressive Macau, especially when JB gets back, is going to be dangerous for a lot of teams. We just have to figure it out amongst ourselves. Yeah, I think his phone died, AB. He said it was like at 10%, like 15 minutes ago. So I'm sure his phone died. Um, well, I guess we could talk about next game. I've never done any part of the show here by myself, so bear with me. Next game, we play Dallas. And Dallas has had our number for a couple of seasons, so I think we need to win. I think we're more than capable of winning. Of course, they don't have Luka anymore. Um, Kyrie is injured. Um, but again, this is a game where if we don't take control early on, um, could be a pain for us. They still have Clay. Um, not sure if Anthony Davis is back. I don't really watch other teams, so have no idea. I think the Knicks play Knicks basketball. Like I always say, we're gonna win. We just need to come out and be aggressive, play our style of basketball, um, and handle business and leave keep our foot on their necks. And I agree with you, Darlene. They couldn't stop Cat. And you know what? Not many teams have defenders that can stop him. I think Cat really struggles against players that are similar to him, like big men that have handle and take it behind the 3-point line. Um, but yeah, most teams they can't stop him. And he needs to be super, super aggressive. Like as aggressive as he played against Draymond in the Golden State game, he needs to have that every night. And like tonight, I thought he was super aggressive. And that should be every night, regardless of who's on the court. And you're absolutely right, AP. He hasn't beaten Dallas yet. So we need that. We need a win. But yeah, I think we win. We should win by a lot. I'm looking forward to seeing more Tyler and what he can bring to the team. I would like Coach to kind of mix it up a little bit because I think today he played campaign the entire first quarter and then Tyler the entire second quarter. Like, we need to distribute minutes a little bit better. But I would like to see more of them. I think if the Knicks, and I would like to see more of the bench altogether. So if the Knicks starters could, come out strong and, blow them out, maybe we can see more of the bench to see, what we're working with on that bench. Any idea how many games to clinch with 12 games left? So we've already clinched a playoff spot. I don't know how many more to clinch the third seed. I'm not sure. But I think the Pacers are only 3 games behind us. So it may come down to the end, to be honest. But I guess we'll talk on when we play Tuesday. We'll come again live on Tuesday after the game. Thank y'all for coming, of course, like every night. If y'all haven't already, hit that like button. Sharing is caring. Like T-Tom said earlier, we're 8 subscribers away from 500. So tell a friend to tell a friend to tell another Knicks fan to subscribe. Hit the notification button so that y'all can be notified when we do go live. It's generally anywhere from 10 to 30 minutes after every game. The link down below is for our Shopify. We have Knicks-ish hoodies that you can purchase. And the Bodega shirt will be going live once we hit 500 on our Shopify, and the link is here down below. Thank y'all for showing love all the time. We truly, truly appreciate it. We're just Knicks fans, talking Knicks-ish. Until next time, y'all.
Mic check 1, 2. Tell these rappers I'm outside, get them start acting up. Turning hoes to housewives and cleaning the ratchet up. Do it off from boom back the melody rap. If they can put you in the box, then you might as well pack it up. Bars having bars, no cap, I'm Attica, you a precinct. How y'all competing when y'all just decent? Your rhyme efficiency's like logic simplicity. Don't tell me how much that you black, cause I don't see it.